an important question to ask and get an answer to quickly is, if it is more transmissible than Delta, how much more? Now, that is not going to be a terribly easy project to do. It takes a bit of time. You have to really study people who've had the variant and see what happens. And or look at people also who've had some immunity and see whether the virus can escape that too, because that's in some ways more important than the transmissibility. If the virus can escape the immune response that people have made because they've had the vaccine, even if they've had 3 jabs, and also people who've had the virus as well, which gives quite strong immunity. If the virus is better at getting round that immunity than, say, the Delta variant, well, that would be a cause for concern too, because that would obviously mean that more people would probably be admitted to hospital with the virus than otherwise. There's no evidence that it would be nastier in the sense of causing more serious infections. Really, what we're talking about at the moment is the number of infections, which is dependent on transmissibility. If it's more transmissible, there's probably going to be more infection about, and also perhaps the immune system response that is not going to be quite as good against this virus as it is against the current variants. Now, this is all to be established, and that's why we're really basically in the dark, because we don't really have firm answers to those questions, and that would take a couple of weeks at a minimum to get even sort of preliminary answers to that. So I think the government's been right in saying, right, we don't want this virus here, just in case all these things come to pass. And basically, they're doing their best to stop it coming here. I'm slightly pessimistic that those efforts will work, because it's already got into other parts of the world, like Belgium and Israel and Hong Kong. So it's obviously getting about quite well, which I suppose supports the argument that maybe this virus is quite good at, at travelling as a way. Well, it's not the virus that travels, it travels with people, and then they're more likely to infect other people.